instantly spilling tea.
Yes, that's okay.
On my handmade table.
Yeah, this is a table that Ryan made.
You're happy about it. You were happy about the whole process.
I am happy. We get to podcast on a table that you made. My man. My handyman.
That's right. That's right. That's dang right. And you see, I use polyurethane, so it is waterproof.
But there's holes between each.
Oh, yeah, it's going to drip on the floor, but the table will be safe.
Are we going to start this podcast?
Yes, I have a topic to discuss.
Okay.
Off the rip.
Or are we going to welcome the humans?
Oh, yeah. Welcome, guys. Podcast number 2, episode number 2.
Podcast number 2. Welcome to Too Much in Common.
Yes, we changed places.
Locations. Yeah, we're out of the gym and we're in the office.
That's right.
So we don't know where we're going to be
officially.
Permanently. Yeah. But we're trying things out.
We're here right now.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Drinking some tea with a dead animal's skull next to us. So
that's our buddy Billy.
For aesthetic purposes, because we're going for like a boho kind of vibe in the office, weirdly enough.
Boho. Yeah, if you can see that painting above, it is
yeah, we have a fly fishing painting, mountain painting, cow painting.
Longhorn
cow. Some various skulls in here. 3 different skulls.
Yes.
A bow.
Yeah, we got it.
Some notes.
But the important part is...
Yes.
What we need to discuss off the bat is girlfriend tax.
Girlfriend tax.
Taxation without representation, as I like to call it.
I represent my tax well. You get reimbursed. Okay. All right, I don't want to hear it.
But the point is, let's explain, because I didn't know about this until meeting you.
It's a well-known phenomenon. I think the people know, but we can explain it to
because it
the
will.
sad souls that might not know, that will be affected at some point in their life by girlfriend tax.
They need to be prepared. Expectations are important.
That's true.
But I also think that it does go hand in hand with this episode.
Yeah.
Because I get taxed. There might be like various forms of girlfriend tax.
Yeah, like
mine is specific.
But everything that's yours is mine, and what's mine is still mine, and it's not yours. But
sure, but how did I first find out about girlfriend tax?
Well, I required it. I
I
was collecting. I was a tax collector, and I came collecting, and you were surprised. I'm like,
yes.
Baby, there's tax on everything.
And let me tell the story. This is how it happened. I don't even
actually really remember this story.
I remember.
Okay.
So I'm an avid, which a lot of people will hate that I'm about to say this, avid Larabar or Larabar.
I think it's Larabar. You've never called it a Larabar.
Some people call it Lara.
Okay.
I want to make sure we know what we're talking about here. Okay. The ones that probably taste like crap to you. Those ones. A lot of people hate them. They
taste good. They have date sugar in it. So
that one, I only eat that one flavor, peanut butter cookie.
Fair enough.
The brown one.
Yeah, I only steal that flavor, so I don't really know anything else.
Thank you. Okay. Perfect transition. So I always have those. They're always in my fridge.
They're not right now.
No, not right now. But I have 8 of them. And I have never once in my life opened one, take a bite, and then put it back in the fridge with the wrapper on it. So I come to find out one day I came home. I was looking for my Larabar. It's my last one. Mm-hmm. I go, and it's open. And there's just like 3 bites out of it. And so
that's crazy. I don't even know who would do that.
There's some explaining to do here.
I don't know what savage person would just,
So it was Lauren.
And put it back.
Come to find out,
no,
it was freaking my girlfriend. And her explanation was, oh, baby, it's girlfriend tax. Mm-hmm. And since that day, I've been taxed a lot. Very happy to be honest. It makes me happy to watch how happy you are eating some of the food that I eat.
And it's not like it's a big tax.
No, it's not.
Ryan will I will eat the smallest, tiniest bite of his like peanut butter and jelly granola sandwich, which are bomb, by the way.
Yeah, toast. You got to toast that bread.
Yeah, toast the bread and
toss a little granola in there.
So good. The granola makes all the difference.
The crunch.
Everyone should do that. That's like not on prep. Like that's trying to gain with that.
Or if you're just trying to eat good food, yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Do that too.
Anyways, yeah, there is a girlfriend tax, and I do tax Ryan often, but I'm not going to be taxing him too much anymore because I'm on prep.
That's where I was trying
Week
to get
1 down and down 2 pounds. So
Boom, boom.
Let's go. I'm happy with it.
In a good note.
Starting off in a good place. I gained over 5 weeks. I gained 5% of my body fat back because I went on stage at 115 with 15% body fat, and right now I'm sitting at 128 at 20% body fat. So
yep.
Good place to be starting. I just had a check-in today, so we're good.
Coach said, what'd you say? This is 8 weeks off basically from your other one?
Yeah, so I'm 8 weeks ahead. I was
better.
Better than I was for my last prep. And basically half of my last prep too was just figuring out my stomach issues.
Yeah.
Which sucked. Like that was so many weeks where it just was awful. So, But anyways, we're talking about progression of nutrition for losing weight. If you want to lose some weight, you got to cut calories.
It's summer. You want to be looking good. You want to be looking yucky. I think this is for two different types of people. That first one, if you want to just be leaning out in general, right? I just had a client that he's going to Utah. What's the big lakes there? Lake Powell. He's in Utah.
Oh, I used to go there as a kid.
Yeah. It's a popular spot, right? So there's going to be a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And if you train, you want to look like you train. Sorry,
that
Billy.
is true.
And so there's that scope of people, right? Like I just want to be muscular most of the year round, but for certain trips or events, I want to look really good.
Yeah, like a wedding, a vacation. You're going to Greece.
Yeah, or we're going we're going to Guernsey in a month or so from now.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So Ryan's going to start cutting a little bit.
Oh, you got me. You got a little mini cut.
Even though he already has abs, but that's fine.
Hey.
So we're going to talk about swaps you can do in the house. We're going to talk about dining out and how to go about doing that. We're going to talk about dealing with hunger. We're going to talk about making bland food fun. And we're going to talk about different ways to prep food. And I know this is a lot of bodybuilder stuff, but I feel like the general population can take things from bodybuilders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if you take 3 things and you swap out 3 things, that will make a difference.
Huge difference.
I don't know, the more you kind of eat like a bodybuilder and focus on your physique, the better your physique is going to get.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I was going to say. The first subset of people would be just like that, a general person who wants to go on a beach vacation or Lake Powell or Guernsey. But the other person this also applies to heavily is a bodybuilder. Because this is gonna be a Lauren-led podcast episode. I will be here.
I know how to swap some food, cut some calories.
So it will definitely be a little bit more focus on bodybuilding specifics for cutting.
But it's take what you want, leave what you don't. Bodybuilding is an extreme sport, and so you don't adopt every single thing that I say.
It's not necessary. But exactly like she said. Take some, leave some. If it works for you, then cool. If it doesn't, fine. Yeah. I'm not into bodybuilding yet. Next year, I think will be my time.
Debut, baby. Let's go.
But I utilize all of these strategies in, a couple ways. Not all of them.
You use some of these strategies by default of me eating like this,
Yes, that
rice cakes. But I don't think you would ever buy a rice cake.
No, that's true. No.
And I feel bad feeding you rice cakes. So I'm you need more calories than my rice cakes.
Yeah.
Well, I fed you bread today instead of meat.
You fed me bread.
Well, I make
you made
when
me.
I make my prep food, I also make food for Ryan because Ryan likes when I make food for him.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm self-sufficient, but I'll take.
You're self-sufficient with brown food.
Hey.
Ryan eats the rainbow and he eats with me. So.
It's the Skittles, right? Taste the rainbow.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to talk about bread. Bread and carbs. Bread necessarily isn't bad.
No.
You can get healthy bread. It's not that. But Ryan made a video today. Bagels, that's 240 calories.
260 for the Epic Everything Dave Killer bread ones.
Not specific at all.
No, don't like those.
Yeah, and then the Ezekiel bread. So if you're going to go from bagels and you want to swap out for a lower calorie option, then go for Ezekiel bread. It's the healthiest bread. It comes frozen. It stays good forever. And that's 70 calories. And then from there, you can go down to rice cakes. And rice cakes are even lower calories than that. I think they range anywhere from 50 to 70 calories.
Yeah, those brown rice ones were 70. So.
Yeah, but I know that Quaker makes cinnamon ones that are 50, and they make everything bagel ones that are also 50.
Okay.
So they do make lower calorie ones that are 50, but the Ludberg organic ones are the ones that my coach wants me to eat because the Quakers have some like weird preservatives in them. So she doesn't want me eating those.
It's also good that the Ludberg,
I don't know. I'm saying Ludberg. I feel like it sounds better.
Okay, Ludberg. The brown rice is also important, I think.
Yeah, that's true because the Quaker ones are bleached.
Yeah. All that stuff.
They do taste good though. Like if you want a sweet treat, the cinnamon sugar 50 calorie Quaker rice cake ones, bomb. Yeah. And the everything bagel seasoning ones,
good.
Even better.
We're tempting the people. We're
I know,
trying to have them switch.
But that's like a bodybuilding thing of like my coach does not want me eating that. But if you're just trying to lower your calories and lean out, who really cares? Just get your calories lower. And if you can do that with some like cinnamon sugar freaking rice cakes, cool. But anyways, and then for like at the end of my prep, no, actually the beginning, basically all my prep, I like feeling like I have more food than I actually do. So I get the super thin rice cakes and I get 3 of those instead of one big rice cake.
Those are at Trader Joe's, right?
Yeah, those are Trader Joe's, and those are the only ones. Yeah, I know Whole Foods has some, but they're like $5.99, and the Trader Joe's ones are $1.99. So I'm like, they might be $2.99. I might have lied, but way cheaper than Whole Foods. But then again, everything's better.
Yeah, I used to work at Whole Foods, and people would commonly say, "Oh, you work at Whole Paycheck or Hole in Your Wallet," and I'm like, "Haha, funny." And then, but here's
Everyone
the best part:
says that joke.
Jokes on you, buddy, because I got 20% off. That's what I like to say. So it made it affordable for me.
So then it's like shopping at a regular grocery store.
It's amazing. Yeah,
fair enough.
But yeah, so with that, it's just the progression of going from like one thing to another that you can basically do the same thing with.
Yeah,
is the thought behind going from, at least in my mind. Because I like bagels because I can put butter and peanut butter on them. And the more I put them in the toaster, right? But with the cinnamon raisin bread, I can do the exact same thing. Put them in the toaster, put butter, put peanut butter. But I'm losing 200 calories per.
Yeah.
So
a lot of the stuff isn't necessarily needed for Ryan because he just breathes and loses calories.
Sure.
So has abs year round. But for the person that it's like difficult to get the weight off.
Yeah. Swaps are very important.
Yeah.
Because it's much easier to swap something out than to completely take it away.
Yeah, that's
true. If you love bread, and like Lauren was saying, bread is not terrible if you pick the right stuff. But it's if you just completely take it away.
Yeah. Or the Sara Lee bread. There's Sara Lee bread that's 45 calories. If you just like, no, I don't want rice cakes suck, then get the Sara Lee bread. Yeah. It actually, I think, is better than the Dave's Killer bread. Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, Dave's Killer bread.
The texture of the Sara Lee bread. I know there's probably additives and all the things.
Probably something, yeah.
But like, it's good bread. It's good bread for making French toast too. Like low calorie French toast, the Sara Lee bread. Highly recommend. Okay, what other swaps can we do? Because I know you know some, and then I can fill in the rest.
I really like, because I mean, I think a lot of people have the trouble with like soda or like any sort of empty calorie drink, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard.
I guess I didn't really think about that because we don't drink soda. But I know some people too.
Yeah. I think like just really quickly, 2 very easy things that would add up immensely. Because I was just talking about this when I was camping the other weekend is, coffee. I love coffee. Mm-hmm. Most people love coffee.
Yeah.
It's the most like used, if you want to call it like a substance, right, in America.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't just use it every other day or when needed. Most people don't, right? I'm an everyday coffee drinker.
Yeah.
And most people, I'm only like a 1 cup a day most of the time, right? Maybe 2. Some people, you hear them 3-4 cups a day.
In the middle of the afternoon, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, homie, how was your sleep?
Sleep is hurting.
I question.
Yeah. But if you just drink black coffee, who cares? You could drink 5 cups a day at 0 calories.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is a lot of people, and especially in America, you go to Starbucks, you go to Dutch Bros, and you get a white chocolate annihilator.
That is insane.
It's a freaking ton of calories.
I think of one Frappuccino. I mean, I think it depends what size you get, but that can go up to 1,000 calories.
Yeah. So, and also I'd like to just point out, that's not coffee. If you do all that, that's not coffee anymore. You're just getting a sugary drink. So first
drink black coffee. Everyone should freaking get used to drinking black coffee.
Because you're negating the effects of coffee in my mind if you completely spike sugar and you're trying to spike your it's just that's a double negative to me. But so that would be one really easy swap, because if you think about it, let's say you're even just adding sugar or honey or whatever to your coffee or creamer, and it's 100 calories. 100 calories times 700. 700 times 365 is a very big number. I can't even do nearly in my head right now, right?
Yeah, it's like the little things that you need to think about to take out.
So that's an everyday thing. And then also soda would be the same thing because it's empty calories. That's the point with this, is you're not getting any benefit from coffee creamer, from soda. So if you go from soda to LaCroix, yeah, it's not as good, of course, but it's a lot of calories.
LaCroix, the best. And the carbonation makes you feel full too.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean,
like
it's
if you
similar
eat and you're
enough.
like, I still want more food, drink water.
Yeah,
that's what I say. Drink the freaking water.
You know, the pop of the,
yeah.
the
And then
fizz.
also, like if you're at a social gathering and you're drinking LaCroix, it makes you feel like you're a little bit more included because like, oh, everyone has a can of beer, but you have a can of LaCroix. Not a lot of people will question it and like try to pressure you and push you, and you're like, no, I have a drink. You know what I mean?
If you pour it in a glass with ice, it looks like a vodka soda.
Oh, and if you put a lime or a lemon with it, yeah, you can trick everybody, and like then nobody says anything to you or makes you feel bad for not drinking. But okay, some other ones is eggs. If you want to cut calories, take the egg yolks out. Just eat egg whites. It tastes the same to me. I don't know. I feel like the egg yolk is just for the vitamins and the color.
It definitely, I mean, more cholesterol and things like this, but it will
like
definitely
just
save
do
calories.
one egg and then the rest egg whites. I eat so many egg whites a day. It's actually ridiculous. Another thing is peanut butter. I've been eating powdered peanut butter for like 10 years plus. Like I like powdered peanut butter more than I like regular peanut butter, because you can eat, like if you're a peanut butter person, and peanut butter is so many calories.
It's high.
And then powdered peanut butter is 1/4 of the calories, and you can eat so much of it and feel fine.
It's just
put it on a rice cake with a banana, boom, dessert.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it's very catchy, marketing, because it's just add water.
Yeah. It's so easy.
Just add water.
It's so easy. Okay, some other ones is oil. Oil will add up so quickly. Ryan loves oil.
I do.
And I'm like, you're ruining my prep.
It's very hard not to.
If he makes something, I have to like make sure that I look at how much oil he's putting on.
Yeah. I mean, olive oil, and this is completely different than this episode, but if we were talking about bulking or trying to gain weight, that is a quick and dirty way to do that. Is you take a shot of olive oil a day, or you just add a whole, a serving of olive oil, because that's 120 calories per day.
Yes.
And then that's 700 plus calories a week.
Yeah.
So if you do the opposite of that and you take away that much, boom, 700 plus calories a week you're saving.
Well, and if you don't, so I completely took away oil on my last prep. If you just spray, get like the olive oil spray and just do one little spritz, it's fine. Because you completely take away oil, all that stuff sticks to the pan. It's so annoying. So just get the spray kind of it. It is not the most for your value, you're not getting a lot, because it comes in this can and it's like $6 or something.
Yeah.
You barely get any of it, but
it's a decent amount when you just do a little spritz.
Yeah, if you're just doing a little spritz, your food's not going to stick. And get the pans from Costco, because those ones are really good and they don't stick.
Yes, yeah, the Tefal.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, T-FAL.
We can like list it in the show notes of which ones we get.
Yeah, those pans are fire. We have talked about this before, and don't let it trick you, because the food industry maybe has not, updated all the way on these kind of things. But like that olive oil spray will say it's 0 calories, but it's technically not. So you can't don't think that that's like a hack in the system, and all of a sudden you're spraying that.
I've heard a girl
everywhere.
say that. It's like, oh yeah, it's 0 calories. I was like, nothing is
says
0
that.
calories.
Yeah.
Like,
so just like another, I guess this would be like a fun fact for the day kind of vibe. Because I used to eat a lot of ice cream, cherry cordial, like the dryers or whatever, this stuff's fire.
I don't even know who that person is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you eat ice cream, actually.
Anyway.
Okay.
So then I learned in a nutrition class about trans fat, and how basically if it has less than 0.5 grams per serving of trans fat, they can say it has 0 grams of trans fat. Mm-hmm. And so then what you have to know is you have to look in the ingredients for it's hydrogenated something oil. Mm-hmm. If it's hydrogenated soy oil, vegetable oil, whatever, that means it still has trans fat, even though it says 0 grams. So that'd be a similar example. Just because it says 0 calories is probably because it has such low amount of calories per serving that they can say it has 0 calories, but technically it doesn't.
Same with avocado oil spray. Yeah. Same thing, 0 calories.
Because it can't have 0 if it's olive oil. Like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
So just so you know, don't think that you're like hacking the system, like like spraying the whole thing.
You're not. It's not some magic spray. Just do like one spritz, call it good.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I mean, this won't really matter to the average person, but in prep, when you're like deep into prep, the everything bagel seasoning, like you love it. It's great. Everyone loves it. I don't know a single person that doesn't love everything bagel seasoning.
So good.
Yes. That still has calories in it. And so if you're dumping that on your food, because there's seeds and seeds are fat. So you have to like add that into your calorie count and to your macros. So like, I mean, that is so like nitty gritty,
That's
but
very specific.
Yeah, very specific. Anyways. Okay. Another thing is pancakes. Baby loves pancakes.
I do.
I mean, Ryan.
Kodiak.
Ryan loves pancakes.
Ryan. Yes. Kodiak cakes they just have a certain place in my heart.
Yeah, Kodiak cakes have protein powder in them, so that's good. You can get some protein in there. Kodiak cakes hurt my stomach and they're high in calories.
They have sugar added too, almost all of them.
Yes, that's true. So, but it's better than like buttermilk, whatever, run-of-the-mill pancake mix.
And just really quickly, like physiologically, the reason why it's important for something like a pancake, if you care about your health at all, to have protein in it is because if it just had straight carbs, which they normally do, carbs and sugar, your insulin spike will basically be completely up and completely down. And you're going to feel like crap. When you have a decent amount of protein, which they have 20, and then if you add the egg and the milk, which I suggest you do because it makes them
20 grams a serving?
Good. Yeah, 20 grams a serving.
Okay.
That will basically just turn your spike into more of like a little soft peak.
A little hump.
Yes. So you'll just feel better. It's not going to like make a huge impact because you're still
You
eating
won't crash
pancakes.
as hard.
But yeah, if you like ate those in the morning, you're not going to be like, oh, dude, it can't work. You know, tired train took me down. I'm on the caboose. Like it's just, yeah. And that's just a general rule of thumb with all this.
That's a good note. I didn't
like,
really think about that.
Yeah, try not, when you add enough protein with your meal, first of all, we'll talk about it, I'm sure, but like satiation.
Satiation
is very important, especially as you're cutting. You want to feel fuller longer because the second that you start in a deficit, your body is like, nah, bro, like we need more, right?
Yeah, you're going to be hungry, but you just have to get used to it. You have to be a little uncomfortable to.
Yeah, but like protein will help. Enough protein will help because it keeps you fuller longer.
Yeah.
So you won't have those like in between cheat meals.
Slower digesting. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Another note on that is egg white pancakes. You can do like a little bit of pancake mix and then just put a bunch of egg whites in there. Tastes the same to me. I don't know. Yeah.
Pretty good still.
It is. Okay, we're gonna talk about dining out. So like do's and don'ts of dining out and like where people slip up. Like you can still, if you're trying to cut weight, like definitely still go out and socialize and like be with your friends and like stuff like that. But you can always research the menu ahead of time if you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna order. And like you don't want to be like that girl or that guy that has to, you know, just like be ready.
Special arrangements.
Yeah. And most restaurants will like cater to you. And I feel like it's normally you're not asking outrageous things. And sometimes you do have to ask a couple questions. And that's fine. And the people that you're with should like understand what you're doing and like your goals and support you. And if they don't,
F them.
Yeah. I mean,
in a way, I mean, yeah, it's going to be hard.
Plan ahead too. You can call ahead, ask your questions then.
And, you know, I would say that this is a positive, but I travel for work. So I do have to sometimes eat out. Like there's almost no choice. Like you can't eat every meal in the hotel. And it's a positive I see is that a lot of restaurants now have calories on their menu.
Cool. Yard House is good about that.
Yard House exactly. We go there all the time.
Yes. Yeah. But, suggest that to your friends. If you like don't know where to go, Yard House.
And they do, and actually I think Yard House also has like one of those like 400 calories or less menus.
In the back, if you flip to the back, it's like low calorie stuff. I don't think it's 400. I think it's 700 and under. Okay. Or something and under. Yeah.
But the problem is, so a lot of other a lot of other restaurants adopted that as well. But I'll go to some, like I think it's like BJ's maybe, like the place with the pizookie, right?
I have no idea what a pizookie is. But...
BJ's. Yeah, it's a pizza.
Is that a burger place?
It's like a brew house restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All of their things have calories as well. But literally the lowest one is like 1,000. So it just shows you how crazy it is when you eat out.
Like, why are you advertising this?
I'm not joking. I think the average thing there, and I'm going this week, so like maybe I could put it actually in the show notes when this releases. I'm sure I'll go to BJ's because it's a classic spot where we go. But I'm pretty sure the average calorie count is like 1,700. And so it just shows you that when you eat out, you must be very careful because you think, oh, I'll just get like the chicken with fettuccine.
Always overestimate. Like if you're counting your calories, overestimate your calories.
I'd say do it like 1.5 times what you think it is.
Yeah.
If you're making it
There's
at
so
home
much
and
hidden
it's
stuff in there.
700, 1.5 times that easily. Maybe even 2 to be safe.
Yeah.
And that makes math easier. Let's say 2. That's a good rule of thumb.
Just double it.
Yeah. Double whatever it is at home.
Like if you're making salmon at home,
400 or 500 maybe calories.
Yeah, that's
And at
true.
the restaurant, it's gonna be 1,000 plus.
Yeah, and if you're deep into prep, just bring a scale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start doing that at some point soon. So
And then
I don't know.
what are some
There's
other
scales
tips?
that can go. There's Amazon scales that can go in your purse and they fold up really nicely. I'm
You're
gonna
telling
order
me
one.
about,
Yeah. Another thing with dining out, stop with the salad dressing. That's where all the calories come from. If you're gonna order a salad and you're gonna be healthy and you want to get a low calorie meal, don't get dressing. Or if you do, get it on the side and then like dip. You can dip or you can lightly drizzle.
Yeah, because we went to a cooking class recently and we learned
They
that
just
in
need to
like
glisten.
Yes, high end restaurants, you just have the salad has to glisten.
Okay, but even with high end restaurants, sometimes you get a salad and it is drenched.
Oh yeah, of
like
course.
your shit is your stuff is wet.
Yeah,
okay. Your salad is wet.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's just a good rule of thumb with anything too, like even sauces, right? Like if your burger or whatever comes with some like
everything, get it on the
fry
side.
sauce, just get a little ramekin of it on the side. Put a little bit on, because sometimes also you get that they have some like crazy name for their sauce, like BJ's Blastin' Bomb Sauce. You're like, that sounds good, and then it's all over your freaking burger, and you're like, this is trash. So it could save the meal and save you some weight.
That's true. That's true.
Hot tip. That's a hot tip right there.
Another thing with going out, I never do this because we don't really go out to eat too much, but you can get half your food to go. Like right when you order it, just be like, oh, can I also get a to-go box? I'm going to get half of this to go.
Yeah.
Just so then
pack it.
Yeah, just pack it. You don't have to eat the whole thing. American portion sizes are disgustingly big.
Yeah.
So get half to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is like a good time to also just generally recommend places that like you can still go out and be healthy. I don't know about
Yard House, Flower Child,
there we go.
sushi.
Yeah, sushi. Yeah, sushi's pretty healthy. I was gonna say Chipotle, obviously, because it's still a lot of calories.
The one thing with Chipotle, I would say, is like with some of their stuff is very oily. You can just see it.
Yes,
You know?
and you can. It's also very high in sodium.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
But the nice thing about Chipotle is it's all whole foods. I mean, all their ingredients besides the
Yeah,
tortilla.
that's true. And another thing that I learned, if you are out and you're like, I need something, like I need rice, I need steamed vegetables, and I need like steamed chicken or something like that. Again, mostly for the bodybuilders.
Yeah.
You can go to a Chinese restaurant. They will have steamed rice. They will have grilled chicken, and like you can tell them steamed vegetables. Like when you
Just a
think
quick little
of
dirty.
Yeah, I know. If you think of a Chinese restaurant, like you think of all the different sauces and
Yeah.
the sweets
Oh,
and the
yeah.
sours and the spices
Fried-
and like the
fried rice.
But you can ask for that. Like you can. I want plain rice. I want grilled chicken. I want steamed vegetables. They have that.
And honestly-
most Chinese restaurants, and they stay open late.
Yeah.
Too, and they deliver. So
Ooh.
like boom, boom, boom,
Ooh.
check. And,
Or dash it to me.
yeah, I mean, I haven't. This is me reiterating this. I have not actually done this, but I know it works.
It works. And I would say too on that is that Tokyo Joe's would be
Oh
right
yeah,
there with
Tokyo
that,
Joe
'cause-
sponsors like a lot of the NPC shows.
That's the one you went. Yeah. So just in general, their food is very healthy because you can create your own. But also, I guarantee you could walk and be like, "Hey, I want a brown rice bowl with grilled chicken."
Yeah.
And it would
I'm
be
surprised
very.
we haven't gone to Tokyo Joe's more. We've only been like once.
We went after that show because we had a
Yeah.
free buy one get one free.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So those are good.
Another thing that I was gonna say is like if you know you're gonna have a big meal, like budget for that meal
Yes.
kind of thing.
Save
like
up.
yeah, if you know you're gonna have a big dinner and like your family's gonna force you to eat and like it's gonna be things that you like, you might overeat, blah blah blah. Like have a smaller breakfast, have a smaller lunch, maybe skip the snack, and then okay, you're ready to eat kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Or
But I also say don't restrict too much where you binge and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat everything in sight right
you
now.
don't want to be too hungry.
Yeah.
Another strategy would be just do more cardio. Like
Yeah,
if you're
that's
doing
true.
cardio that day, you're doing an hour, you're going to have a big meal, celebration, whatever.
Like
do
the
an
day
hour and a
after,
half
the
or
day
something.
before. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Just a little bit more,
That's true.
but
Okay, we're gonna talk about dealing with hunger. Ryan doesn't deal with this, but
I do. I deal with it by eating.
okay, that's how Ryan deals with it. But if you are cutting weight, you are going to be hungry for the average person.
Yes.
Ryan, not so much, but that's fine. Okay. A lot of things that get people through hunger is a lot of the times like you eat and you want that sweet thing afterwards, right? So there is a bunch of things that you can do to kind of get that satiated feeling. One is brush your teeth right after you eat. You won't eat afterwards.
Yeah, it's true.
So there's that.
That's a good tip.
I know.
It's a hot tip.
Another thing, like along that same line, is chew gum. But be mindful of the gum that you chew, because if you chew too much gum, I always recommend chewing gum if you're dieting, because it just helps.
Yeah.
It just helps.
Well, and also gum is just generally good after a meal.
That is true.
Xylitol.
Yeah.
Gum with xylitol.
Yes, that was literally I was just gonna say.
So you got to get the PUR.
If you get sugar, like sugary gum,
Yeah.
like even the mint ones have sugar in them.
Yeah.
Like, then
Almost
you're just
all,
sitting there
yeah.
chewing sugar
And a lot
over
of
and
them,
over and over again.
A lot of them also have aspartame, which I'm pretty sure recently was concluded to cause I think Alzheimer's. Don't quote me on that, but because I know that was like the myth for a while with Diet Coke, says aspartame, like, oh, it causes Alzheimer's. I think they have kind of concluded, maybe not complete causation, but correlation.
So the gum that we chew is there.
No, that's why I bought that gum specifically.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we buy pure gum, PUR.
Yeah, it has like P, but then it has like the two dots over the U. So I'm sure.
So what is the two? Pure.
Yes.
Okay.
Pure.
We buy that gum. It lasts.
It's
like the healthy gum, and it doesn't last long. Get it at Whole Foods or Amazon.
I like to call it 15-second gum because the flavor is gone. But you can chew it for hours, and it has xylitol, and that first 15 seconds is nice.
Wonderful. Yeah. No, that's true.
So I suggest the blue flavor, light blue, or like the minty
cinnamon.
blue. Yeah, the cinnamon's pretty good.
Disgusting. That's what you meant to say.
Right, yeah. Disgusting. Okay. Yeah, sure. You know you like the cinnamon when I
don't.
had it.
I only eat the cinnamon when I'm forced to, because it's the only thing in your car.
All right, no, remember for a while there I had the blue and the red? And
yeah,
sometimes
that's true.
you would choose blue over red, or red over blue. I remember. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Another thing is tea. My coach uses this a lot, like towards the end of prep. It's satiating, and you can put like different kinds of sweetener in your tea. I don't, but
you just get the right tea. It'll taste good enough. But
yeah, that's true. Green tea, honey. Obviously really good for you. Yeah, you can put honey in it, but then
I was gonna say
calories.
Honey vanilla chamomile.
Oh yeah, that one's good. They have sleepy
tea.
time tea. My favorite tea is sweet and spicy tea.
Drinking it right now.
So good. Yeah. Love this tea. This tea actually has 5 calories in it. I don't know where the calories come from. I didn't think
orange
the tea
peel or something.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. So that's another one. Also drink water before your meal. A lot of the times when you feel hungry, you're actually just thirsty, like 70% of the time. So like just make sure that you're not actually just thirsty.
You're hydrated, yeah.
Yeah. Hydration is so key with weight loss. So drink before, drink after, drink during, drink all day. Okay.
Drink water all day.
Yes. And you can make your water fun.
Yeah.
Too. Like you can add noon to it. We add noon to ours in the morning. Like the Mio, I never use those, but I know a lot of people use
like
the
the
Mio.
squirty one?
Yeah. And then just people like their water more. Some people don't like the taste of water. Weirdos, but
weirdos, yes.
Yeah. So if you don't like the taste of water, you can do that. LaCroix, we already talked about that. You want to talk about high protein?
Yeah. Also, I think that while we're here in terms of the hunger thing, because as you cut more, each time you eat, your body's not going to be full. Like it's just because you're not full, right? You're cutting calories. You're going to be in a deficit. So we were just talking about this earlier. And my mom always told me this, like, and it is generally true, but it takes like 10 minutes for your brain to catch up to your stomach, right?
Mm-hmm. Mine takes like 20.
Yeah. So that whole adage, and there is truth to that, because the signals that are sent when you're full, there's literally ghrelin, and then there is leptin, I believe, are the two hormones for hunger.
Leptin is satiation, ghrelin is hunger. Yeah.
So those are hormone signals. It's not instantaneous. So I think a good strategy if you're cutting a lot would be, like we kind of talked about earlier, is like only put some of it on your plate at first, because then that time of like you eating that, because if you eat it too fast, you're going to be wanting more too quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you eat...
I'm such a fast eater, and Ryan is a slow eater.
Yes, that's just true. I can't even argue with that. It's very slow.
Yeah.
But, so say you had like 8 ounces of chicken that you had to eat and some pasta or whatever. I would split that up into like 4 ounces of chicken, and then however much, maybe you're doing 2 cups of pasta, it'd be like a cup. So you eat your 4 ounces of chicken and a cup of pasta, and then you leave it on the stove or whatever. It's still gonna be good. But just even that time of like getting up, going and making your plate again could give you enough time to then by the time you're done with the 4 ounces, the whole meal, right? The 8 ounces, you're then full. Whereas if you would have just ate the 8 ounces and the 2 cups all in one, you never know.
Well, I do this at work sometimes where like I'll make my lunch when I was doing a different lunch, not the lunch that I'm doing now. But I would eat half of it. I would like have it in my container and then I would put it on a plate, heat it up, eat half of it, then go do like X, Y, and Z for work and then come back like an hour later and eat the rest.
Yeah. So any of those kind of things.
Then you don't get that lunch crash too.
Yeah.
You like work an office job.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think that's... Oh, I want to talk about this because it works for me.
Okay. Anecdote.
Yes. I haven't done this in a while, but I used to time my meals like how Ryan was talking about. I would set a 20-minute timer to like make sure that I eat slower. So if you're a notoriously fast eater like I am, like if you come from a big family, you're just a fast eater. Because if you don't, like other people are going to get up and get seconds and like take food.
Yeah.
Like it's just... Anyways, yeah. So I used to time my meals so I feel like that could be a strategy. And then also like if, especially on prep, when you finish a meal and you just want more, you're like, I could eat 3 more of those meals. Just wait. Like you just have to wait.
It's going to suck.
Yeah, it's going to suck, especially when you're deep into prep. You're like, I'm hungry, especially right after a meal. And I remember like when I was on prep, I would be nervous to eat because I would...
Because you're going to be so hungry.
Yeah, because I'm going to be so hungry after. Like I'm not even hungry. But once I start eating, your body's like, oh, we're eating? Cool. Let's freaking eat. Yeah.
I think another strategy here, and this might not sound serious, but it is serious, is if you are eating too fast and like the timer thing doesn't work for you and you're American and you're just like average with chopsticks, try that. Because
that is actually such a good point.
Slow.
That is true. Maybe I'm going to order
some of those cool like stainless steel ones.
Yeah, I'm going to order some from Amazon. That'll make me eat so much slower, babe.
Because like you're decent with them and so am I, but no, regardless, it's going to be slower than a fork. Or a spoon where you're just scooping.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Okay, another thing, baby spoons. Baby forks.
Yeah,
we have them.
True.
And they're glorious because it makes you eat slower because you're not
much
shoveling food into your mouth.
Yeah.
Which is so bad. Yeah, I eat so fast. Another thing to do. Okay, so timing, and then what else was I gonna say?
About being full. I mean, yeah. I think,
distracting yourself.
Yes.
That's another thing. I used to do this when I'm like, I'm so hungry. And I would have to just like wait for the hormones to catch up. I would like go on Instagram. Like, okay, that's my Instagram time. I'm just going to doom scroll for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then by the time that I'm done, and then I'm good.
Dopamine can override signals of hunger.
Or like watch TV, watch something that's distracting, or like go for a walk. That's a good one for digestion.
With your friend or, yeah. Walking.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good too. Is that most of the points that you want to talk about with the...
I think so. Is there anything else with like dealing with hunger?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good just, I guess, roundup at the end here is to talk about kind of like your expectations with weight loss and like what can happen, what can't happen. Because
that's so true. Yeah.
I think a lot of people have this idea of like, okay, I'm going to cut calories and I'm just going to lose weight. And that's just not how it works. For most people, you will cut calories and you might lose a couple pounds, and those like couple pounds are easy. But then it's, let's say you're 190, you're trying to get to 180. You get to 188. Those last 8 pounds, basically what's happening is your body's fighting you. It depends on how long you've been at that weight. Your body is trying to stay in homeostasis, and it's not liking this rapid change of going, and especially losing weight because, you know, especially if you just think about like us as ancestors and what we used to have to do, we would not eat 6 times a day. We'd probably eat once to twice a day. And so true. Fat and all those kind of things like storage of fat, it was a survival mechanism. So you're basically telling your body to like stuff it. I'm like killing myself. And it's trying to hold on to those things because it thinks you're starving. Like literally that's what it thinks when you are in such a big deficit. I feel bad
when I'm like deep in prep. I'm like, I'm so sorry, buddy. We're really not starving. I promise. Like there is food.
Yeah. So that is, you're trying to fight those signals. And so my advice to that would be don't be too aggressive. That's why you need to do it longer. If you're trying to do something like what Lauren's talking about, like a bodybuilding show.
24 to like 16 weeks, depending on how much weight you have to lose. Like that's months of dieting.
Yeah, you do not need to be too aggressive off the bat because that's just going to cause rebounding.
Yeah.
And Because there is a definite effect of if you just completely crash and lose 10 pounds, it is very hard. Because then what I think happens is, oh, boom, I'm already at my goal. Now I can go to Lake Powell in 2 weeks. But the second you start eating like you used to, your body's just, I mean, you saw it after your show.
Yeah.
Your body lays down fat and gets right back to where it was.
It wants to go back to where it was. And my body likes sitting at like, I think 130. I feel like that's when my body's happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, buddy, sorry, I'm not happy there. You might be, but I'm not. So.
Yeah, so I just think to have expectations and take it slower than you think. Give yourself more time than you think. And I'd aim for about a 0.5 to 1 pound a week if you're trying to like actually lose weight.
Yeah, even I feel like 1 pound a week, that's like adhering to a 500 calorie deficit every single day for 7 days.
Which is aggressive.
Like you can't diet for Monday through Friday and then like come Friday night and Saturday and Sunday you're eating whatever you want. You just completely undid the uncomfortable 5 days of dieting.
Yeah.
That by like going out and like having pizza and pasta and drinking and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't even see the point in dieting for 5 days if you're just going to undo it for the weekend.
Yeah. Which a lot of people do.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, they earn their weekend and all that. But and another thing is obviously to measure all this, you have to measure your weight, which means you have to have a scale, which means to be accurate about this, you need to probably do it every day. But technically speaking, you should do it at the exact same time of day.
After you pee.
Butt naked.
Naked.
And don't think of like, because literally sometimes I have the scale where it tells you like plus or minus from your last weigh, right? Mm-hmm. I've literally had from one day to the next 5 pounds just from salt water, whatever it might be, right? Our bodies are crazy.
If you eat a late meal, you're weighing heavier.
Oh gosh, yeah.
If you put on lotion, you're weighing heavier. If you wash your hair, you're weighing heavier.
Well, for you.
If you were really hydrated that day, you're weighing heavier.
So it's important to do it every day, but I like to think about it more as a weekly aggregate. Like, don't go from like Monday to Tuesday, I put on 5 pounds, I need to cut 1,000 calories. No. Keep steady and really only pay attention from whatever kind of person you are. If you think a week starts on Monday, go from Monday to Monday. Or if you're a Sunday type of person, type of gal, then you go from Sunday to Sunday. But I think too many people freak out of like weighing themselves every day. And then they're like, I'm going up. I
just feel like I feel like you do this. Sorry, babe. What? But like if you're weighing yourself, I feel like there's no point to weigh yourself if you're not going to do it every day. Like, especially for women too. Especially for women. With guys, I feel like it's more lenient, but like you could be on your period and you're weighing 5 pounds heavier. That like, you know what I mean? You're not 5 pounds heavier. You just are holding a bunch of water right now.
No, yeah.
You know?
I think unless you're super, super consistent and you're like Sunday at 7 a.m. every single week and I eat this, then
when you brush your teeth every morning, you brush your teeth, weigh yourself. Like, I don't know.
No,
at least you have to be consistent with it, you know? So that's only my thing. Okay, making bland foods fun. How do we make our foods fun, Ryan?
Over-season them.
We over-season the crap out of them. That is true. Yeah. That is true. And there's a seasoning store that's pretty close to us that both those seasonings that we got last time in that store, fire. I really like them. They're
Shout out
really
downtown
good.
Littleton.
Yeah.
Shout out, what's it called? Spicely or something? Spice Rack?
It's the only spice store in downtown Littleton. So,
that one.
Yeah, that one's really good. So I think, making spices, like making your food fun and like tasting good. You can make food taste good without adding a bunch of calories. Like there is so many spices around the world and it's amazing that we get to taste them all.
Fresh herbs and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
There's like almost
Google
zero
stuff.
calories.
You can make your food fun. Like even if it's just like rice, broccoli, chicken, right? I feel like that's like the standard stereotypical what people think of. You can make that fun and like different hot sauces and stuff like that. Ryan and I love buying different kind of hot sauces and trying them.
Yeah.
So that's really fun.
There is one hot sauce in particular because we love Cholula.
We do. I know Cholula is like the go-to.
I do. So there's two things that I'm going to ask here. Okay. We don't normally do this, but I think it's important. Comments. Okay. I want you to comment. First of all, is the Cholula person? Is it a guy? Is it a girl? Because it's a girl. I think it's a girl too. But I've had people
debate this.
I think this is a debate. That's number one. Number two.
I need to go look at our Cholula bottle.
I'm not allowed to say it on this episode, but there's another hot sauce that's absolutely insane. But it has a decent amount of calories for a hot sauce. Don't say
because
it.
it is honey. Can I say it has honey?
Okay.
But
Whoa.
okay, that's it. It
All
has
right.
some honey in it.
We don't want to
That's
lead the
why
people
it has
astray. We're trying to
calories.
make them lose calories. But if you want to know that, you can comment below. I will message you with that because it is literally, and I've had probably like over 50 different hot sauces in my life. And
Ryan
I
loves
found
hot
this
sauce.
one. And
I
you
didn't
can't
love
just,
hot sauce until I met Ryan.
you literally didn't even use it. And you can't find it at everywhere. I've only found it at one store. So, hot tip.
Hot tip.
3 hot
Another
tips so
thing,
far.
I don't use this, but I know some people do. All the sugar-free sauces,
Yeah.
like sugar-free maple syrup, you can get that. Walden Farms makes all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they have like 0-calorie dressing, 0-calorie syrup, 0-calorie sauces, 0-calorie barbecue sauce, everything. But that stuff messes up my stomach.
Yeah, I'd be
I have
careful.
a sensitive stomach, so I mean, people can use that.
Yeah.
You can get them. Walmart has Walden Farms, and Amazon has Walden Farms.
So if Walmart has it, probably most stores carry that stuff.
Actually, no. Like
Really?
Safeway, no Walden Farms. At least that
Sorry.
I've seen. So
Okay.
that's just me. Another thing is cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
I put cinnamon. The amount of cinnamon that I can consume is actually ridiculous. But it's an anti-inflammatory, so I really feel fine ingesting that much cinnamon.
There is a caveat to that. So I forgot the two. It's like Ceylon cinnamon,
Yeah.
and then there's another one, and I don't
Not
remember.
Ceylon cinnamon.
Not Ceylon. I will definitely double check on this, and I will put a little note right now on the video. But I'm almost positive Ceylon cinnamon is the anti-inflammatory one, and the other one, I don't know whether or not it has benefits or not, or if it is deleterious to your health. But I know Ceylon is like the
Big
one.
word. Deleterious.
Deleterious. Yeah, I studied for the
I'm
GRE
gonna use
once.
that.
I wrote down the words on my nightstand that I think I would actually have used one day, and there it is. GRE.
What
Here
does
we are.
deleterious mean?
Like negative.
Negative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saying that.
This is
Just
this
make
is
the
another.
Other people feel stupid.
Oh,
Be like-
here's a good one because when I was like, why is this even? So you can say, oh, like, oh, babe, okay, so you're making me pancakes, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, and then you put them in the bowl, right?
I put them. Oh yeah.
All the ingredients, and I'm like,
Yes.
oh, did make sure you amalgamate that, which means to mix.
Amalgamate.
Amalgamate. To mix.
Oh
How
my
douchey would you
God.
sound if I'm just like saying stuff? But I feel like deleterious, you can kind of throw that in.
You know what we should do is we should do a word of the week, and we're
Ooh.
just gonna say the word to each other until the other person figures it out, and then at the end of the week we'll be like, "This is what it means," or you like ask the other person like, "What do you think this means?"
Yeah, what do
like
you
out of context.
Yes, because
You
amalgamate, like what?
Amalgamate.
Yeah, it means to mix together.
Ooh, okay.
So fun facts.
Fun facts. Okay, and my true love is Ray's sugar-free barbecue sauce.
You do. Literally.
My one
Like-
true love is Ray's sugar-free
Hey.
barbecue sauce.
One true love?
Okay, my second true love.
I'll go
is
beat up Ray.
Sugar-free barbecue sauce. It is
Beat his
15
ass.
calories. It's the 0-calorie barbecue sauce, the Hughes one that's in all the stores. That one destroys my stomach, and I get bubbly. So that's the
Good.
nice way to put
Good.
it. Yeah. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to talk about is prepping foods. I prep a good amount of my food. It gets really tiring if you make all of your meals and you are on prep every single day. So what do you have to say about this, Ryan?
I have a couple hacks for this. One is very expensive, but doable if you have the income for it. It would be, so I was thinking about Whole Foods. You can basically order off their catering menu and say you have grilled chicken, right? Because they have like that case of like pre-cooked food.
Yes.
And you can get plain, it will tell you the ingredients too, like on the little card. It'll be like lemon lime or what, not lemon lime. That'd be some weird ass chicken. Some lemon thyme chicken.
Oh.
So that'd be like chicken, lemon, and thyme. Those are the ingredients. So you're getting some grilled chicken.
I don't like the acid on my chicken like that. Like the.
Well, you cannot have that one there, right?
Okay,
There'll be another selection for
I'm
you.
just letting you know.
Okay.
God, the people are curious. So
They want to know, does Lauren like the acid on her chicken?
I don't like
She doesn't.
any kind of like lemon, lime, any kind of fruit like that.
That is another
On
thing we learned
salmon,
in
chicken.
cooking class is if your food doesn't taste right, it either almost 99, and this dude worked in Michelin star restaurants, 99% of the time it either needs more salt or needs more acid. So that's lemon or vinegar.
I add salt on my salads.
Yeah.
Everything bagel seasoning.
Ooh. So
it tastes good on salads. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Totally detoured. But you go to the catering department, and yeah, you can get plain sweet potatoes. You can get, and it's big. It's like those big like tins, right? Of like
Yeah,
you
that's
could get
so
chicken.
true.
You could get sweet potato. You could get rice. It is expensive. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's not.
If you have the money to do it,
But if you have the money to do it, that will save you tons of time. You can freeze it, right? Because people do meal services. It's not gonna be much more than that. Like if you like, I don't know, I've messed with Trifecta Foods or like some of those other like pre-made services.
Yeah, there's My Fit Foods that's in Denver.
Yeah. So I think that's a big hack.
Maybe we should try that sometime.
We should.
Yeah.
Or if you're really bougie, which I plan to be one day, this bougie, hopefully, you just hire a chef. And, you just
people
have
do have personal chefs. Yeah,
if they can
that's
prep
true.
your food for you, then you're good.
I feel like a personal chef.
Oh, it's so much money. It'd be insane to hire a personal chef. But that was honestly a joke. But if you do have that much money,
I don't know, maybe
you're
some
golden.
wealthy people listening to this. Okay. Another thing with prepping food, you can batch prep stuff, or if you want to prep like every single meal, then I recommend prepping on Sundays and then prepping on Thursdays. So like Sunday night, you lay out all your containers, put in all the food, do the things, take a couple hours, set yourself up, and then also do that Thursday, which would ideally be like your off day from the gym or cardio, whatever you're doing.
Yep.
And then prep that. So then you're prepping your food for Sunday, and then you have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Thursday is for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's a way to do it. Batch prepping too, if you just like make a bunch of batches from stuff, and then when you're ready to eat, then you just like take, or like you're making your lunch in the morning, then you just like take those things and put them in. Another thing is that helps me is like leaving things at work. I like leave cans of tuna at work. I have my own sauces at work. I bring my own food to work, my own sweeteners to work, my own tea to work, and I just leave it there. We have a kitchen, so I just leave all that stuff there.
Most workplaces do.
Yeah. So I recommend doing that. So like if you get tempted by work food, like donuts and cookies and croissants and burritos
Don and his donuts,
snacks, all the things. Yeah, there's always gonna be tempting things at work. So anyways, have food that you can eat. Like if you want to eat with everybody and you want to feel included and you just like eating when other people are eating, that's how I feel sometimes, then have food that you can eat.
Isn't there the old adage that you're not supposed to dip your pen in company ink, right?
Yeah, I think that
don't
means...
eat the donuts. That's exactly what it means.
I think that means something else, but that's fine.
I think it goes both ways for me.
Okay, and the last thing that I have here is if you're trying to lose weight, you crave what you eat. So if you're eating the same things every day, you're going to crave it. I crave egg whites and avocado toast because I eat that every day. So like if you have like the sweet treat on the weekends or you go crazy on the weekends, like you're going to crave that weekend food. You're going to crave the donut. You're going to crave the croissant, all that kind of stuff. So that's my little thing of just like try to take out those foods as much as you can. And if you do have a craving, also dark chocolate. Mm-hmm. That's satiating. That's satiating.
Yeah, HU. Just like our gum, PUR. And then the chocolate HU. Great.
Yeah, that chocolate's really good.
It's really good.
That chocolate does have sugar in it though, right?
Yeah, I mean all dark chocolate's going to have some sugar generally.
Does the one that I get have sugar?
It's going to have to.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean just naturally. But I'd say to conclude this is that all these, because I think, a lot of people might be thinking, okay, well, how do I do this without counting calories? But that's the beauty, is that if you substitute the right things, or I always think my like quick and dirty trick that I always tell people is if you don't want to substitute, you can't think of a good substitute. As I talked about earlier, Lara bars for me, probably eat at least one a day. If I wanted to lose weight really easily without counting calories, I just take away a Lara bar because that's 220 calories per day.
Yeah, a lot of people eat the same food over and over and over again. So if you can have a swap, just swap one thing for lower calories, you're going to see a difference. But I feel like the only thing without counting calories is like you don't know what your deficit is.
No, it's hard.
And like
if
you've never experienced, like if you've never done like a cut or a fat loss phase, sometimes I feel like you just don't know what you're feeling. You're like, is this 500 calorie deficit like if you're in a 500 calorie, I think it's just important to feel what a 500 calorie deficit is for those hunger levels, because like, everyone's going to be different. So like somebody might be starving at a 500 calorie deficit, you know, and like they're like, oh, I've never felt hunger before. I always have food readily available and stuff like that. So that's only my thing. I do think that that's really good, but yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think also just because it is good to track. I always suggest
it's hard though, and I'll freaking admit that. That's why I'm on a meal plan. I don't track my food. I eat the same thing every single day, and then if I want to change something, my coach and I change it, and then that's the next thing that I eat every single day. So,
and I would so if you want to, let's say you're in between like tracking calories, not wanting to track, I think the advice I always give is track for at least a week, just because you have a baseline of what you're eating, and you
don't change a thing. Just track for a week and see what calories you're at.
Yeah, because then you'll know where you're at, and then also then you should track again when you start substituting some of these things, and just basically go off that. If it's a 500 calorie deficit you're looking for, which is a good starting point, track the second week when you start making subs or you're just taking stuff away, and then you'll know kind of how much food it is. And you don't have to track all the time if you're consistent, but that's the hard part.
Or just start looking. Like just start looking
Mental
at
math.
labels and being like, I had no idea that, you know, this sauce had, you know, 200 calories in it. Like just the awareness will make your calories go down. Yep. Like I swear, I think it makes all the difference in the world. And I feel like it's not hard to track. Like you always have your phone on. You can easily just type something in. MyFitnessPal. Yeah. Like you can do it right after you eat, right before you eat. Yeah. Like you have time to do it. Everyone has their phone on them every single day, but it's still hard because it's like the mental bandwidth of doing it.
Yeah. And if you're in the FitnessPal or in MyFitnessPal a long time ago, they had the barcode. They don't have the barcode anymore, just so you know, which sucks.
You got to pay for the barcode. I have the barcode.
Yeah, the barcode was sweet. I should have got grandfather, and this is ridiculous. I've had it for like 12, 15 years. Anyway, you can still type in, even if you're eating out, because I think a lot of people use that excuse for not tracking. Like they're tracking all consistently, then they go to like...
I hate eating out and like, oh, what did I just eat?
But like even like Flower Child, Tokyo Joe's, Chipotle, it's all on MyFitnessPal. I don't know if it's people who have added it.
Oh yeah,
that's
true. That's verified. A really good point. Yeah.
Like it literally will say
they have
like
verified restaurants on there.
Flower
like, type
Child,
in Yard House and then type in what
enchilada.
You're eating. Yes. Yeah.
So that, yes, mental bandwidth, it takes time, but it's worth it. Like you're going to be accurate.
Once you use it enough, it gets to know the foods that you eat and it'll automatically pop them up. All you have to do is click.
Yeah. It will put your most consistent foods at the top. You can set it up that way.
Yeah.
So it's easy once you get in the role.
Yeah. You just have to get in the habit of doing it. And I understand building a new habit is very hard. Like this is even hard for me. And like I've dieted basically this whole year. Yeah. Aside from 8 weeks of the year, I've dieted this whole year. So, and I was only really on top of it. Like when I was, I don't know, a couple weeks out from prep, where I was putting in every single thing I was eating, weighing every single thing. So, yeah. Yep.
I think that's...
I feel like that was good. I feel like that was good for the people. We gave some good information.
If they didn't know before.
You don't know, now you know.
Exactly. So I think, we're trying to be doing one of these at least once a week. Be on the lookout for that.
Episode
we don't know.
2.
Yeah, we don't know which day we're going to drop on yet. We're going to find our day.
We're going to find a day.
It's going to be a good day.
Good day.
And we're going to drop them.
Woo.
We might change scenes a couple times, these kind of things.
Yeah, we'll find a good location eventually. But the information, the quality of the information will be the same.
It will be there. Yes. So, until next time. We don't have a cool sign out yet.
Over and out.
There it is.